of Confederation was the first written government among all the 13 states unionizing together to form a national government after they had already declared independence. It didn't exactly go very well, so here are some of the weaknesses.
The first weakness was that the government did not have the power to create a national army, which would be kind of a problem. If they got invaded, they would most likely die.
Another weakness of the Articles of Confederation was that some kid just screamed meow. Anyways, was that there's no executive or judicial branch. So there was no chief to lead the nation or no judges to judge the nation, so chaos could ensue.
Our third weakness was that all 13 colonies had to agree before an amendment could be passed, and 9 of the 13 colonies had to agree before a law could be passed. And we all know people agreeing on stuff is not very easy, so that probably did not go very well.
And another weakness of the Articles of Confederation was that they couldn't force states to pay debt, so obviously they didn't pay their debts. I mean, who would pay if they didn't have to? So the nation was just in a lot of debt.
In conclusion, the Articles of Confederation kinda sucked.
And there were some good things,
But they were mostly bad.
yeah.
And so they started to make the Constitution. These are the steps for amending the Constitution. Step 1 is to propose a new amendment, and 2/3 have to agree on it.
Step 2 is to ratify it. So ratifying an amendment this time is a 3/4 vote.
And then you have a new amendment. Next up, necessary and proper clause and elastic clause. Necessary and proper clause is Congress's ability to add any laws that they think are necessary and proper.
The elastic clause was a section in the Constitution that basically stated that Congress has power to do stuff that isn't specifically said in the Constitution. That's why it's called the elastic clause, because it's flexible and stuff. And Hamilton also used this to create his national bank.
Extras in the Constitution
That are totally valid. The Constitution was actually made by hamsters, because there's a section at the end of the Constitution that states that hamsters must be treated like gods, because they're actually the supreme rulers of this world.
Mosquitoes were originally called muskitoes in the back of the Constitution, when it states that if you say muskitoes 3 times while staring at a spot in the ground, they will all come out and come for you. Lastly,
In the Constitution,
it states
that in the
muskitoes, muskitoes, muskitoes.